Hello there, you are welcome. I am Mkwagbaje. This is a video series that I'm doing based on the Unified Lesson Plans of the Lagos State Universal Basic Education Board, LASUBEB. This week we've been looking at estimation and approximation. In this very short video, I'm going to be looking at the quantitative problems for week 10 and providing explanation to them, so you might want to stay tuned. Okay, so these are the quantitative reasoning problems. I'll start with the green samples on the left. So you have a teardrop shape, and then a circle shape, and a triangle shape, and then a rectangle. And in the teardrop shape, you have 35.238. In the circle, you have 35.2. And if you notice, that is like rounding off the number in the teardrop, 35.238, to the nearest tenth, or to one decimal place. So if you look at the second sample too, you confirm that this is the case. 1.9835, when we round it to the nearest tenth, or to one decimal place, you're going to have 2.0. That 0 must be there because it says to one decimal place. You must have one decimal place. If you look at the triangle for the first one, 35.238, now you have 35. And that means that we're rounding to the nearest whole number. So triangles are for rounding up to the nearest whole number. Let's just confirm. 1.9835 in the second example, rounding off to nearest whole number. And now finally the rectangle, 35.238 is now 35.24. Your guess is as good as mine. That is rounding off to two decimal places, or to the nearest 100. And if you look at the second sample, that works out in a similar manner. So if we now go to the exercises, then we'll see that for the first one, the classwork, we have 0.1874. For the circle, remember that is supposed to be to the nearest tenth, or to one decimal place. That's 0.2. The rectangle, or the triangle, I beg your pardon, has to be to the nearest whole number. And in this case of 0.1874, that rounds off to 0. So the first answer for the rectangle should be 0. Just write 0 there. Yep, a 0. For the second, number 2, second exercise, we're going to round off to one decimal place. And that's 234.8. To one decimal place is still 234.8. So 234.8. And if we move on to number 3, to the rectangle, that has to be to two decimal places. And if you look at this, it's going to be 0.10, because when you round off 0.0983 to two decimal places, you get 0.10. For number 4, this triangle has to be to the nearest whole number. So 47 to the nearest whole number is still 47. For number 5, this circle has to be to one decimal place. That's going to be 6.1. 6.1. So let's just go and check if all our answers are correct. And 0, let's see, 0.234.8, 0.1047, 6.1. Oh, I did not do the last one here. Oh yes, here for two decimal places it's going to be 6.10. If they say two decimal places, then that means we have 2 digits after the decimal point, even if you have to add trailing zeros to make up the second digit. Okay, so let's now go over to the second sample, see what that is about. Okay, so you have this rhombuses connecting each other. This one has one arrow and this one has 2 arrows. And what each arrow stands for is the number of significant digits you have to round off to. So 0.2692, one significant digit because of the one arrow for the first one is 0.2. It shouldn't be, it should be 0.3. So I'm going to have to correct that in the plan. 0.3 to one significant figure. And for this 2,588 to two significant figure, that's going to be 2,600. Remember that with all numbers we have to add all the necessary zeros. So if we now go over to the classwork, 4.28 has one arrow, so that's one significant figure, and that's just going to be just 4. That's just going to be 4 because the first significant figure here is 4, and then for number 7 there are 2 arrows, so we'll round up to 2 significant figures, and that's going to be 0.57. Okay, for number 3 we have 2 arrows there, 1865 to 2 significant figures, that's going to be 1900. For number 9 to 1 significant figure, so you're going to have 7,000. And then for number 10 we have 3 arrows, so in this case that's going to be 3 significant figures, and we are going to have that answer as 0.230. The first significant figure of course is 2, so you must have 3 significant figures, 2, 3 and 0. That's the answer. We can check your answers in the answer page. Let's see if we are correct. Yes, from number 6 we have 4, 0.57, 1900, 7000, 0.230, which is, these are the answers that we got. Alright, that has been wonderful, and I hope that you are going to enjoy teaching these new concepts and solving these challenges with your learners in the classroom. Next week promises to be interesting. See you then. Bye bye now.